Persona 3 Reload is like the 50th time Atlus made Persona 3. But we can forgive them for it, because we all wanted it. It looks so good. How do they keep making these games more stylish? So this game is now a modern update to Persona 3 Fez, because yeah, it's kind of funny looking back at the graphics of that game now. But the entire game has been remade with updates everywhere, but also keeping the core story intact. Probably too much so, depending on who you ask. But if you ask me, look at how she eats.
Nom, nom.
So as we start the game, right away you see the changes. Where you, the silent protagonist with blue hair, moves to this hotel and get attacked by a pink girl with a gun, and also this other one.
I guess we'll see.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, how do I open the menu in the cutscenes to turn down the music? But yes, everything is still fine, it's just a toy gun, you know how it is. Where it follows the story of you going to school here, and it's a chill game, and you know, it's relaxing. And they add this new feature called Rewind.
Yeah, it's rewind time.
It does nothing. But oh my lord, look at the UI!
Beautiful.
And as our monorail does multi-track drifting, we arrive at our school completely realized in 3D, and completely realized French people.
Ooh la la.
Where you can zoom around, as then you meet your two new best friends, Junpei and Yukari.
Jeez.
And so the goal is for now you to explore, enjoy the daily life, and since this ain't my first time here, I wanted the hardcore Persona 3 experience, using mouse and keyboard. And buddy, I do not know why, you can rotate the camera with IJKL, and there's no way to remap them. Why?
Scary.
And it all seems fine until you're suddenly in the Velvet Room with Pinocchio here, and it's like in an elevator.
My name is Igor.
Oh, why an
I am
elevator?
delighted
I
to
can
make your
barely
acquaintance.
hear you. So it turns out at 12 o'clock every night, it's the dark hour where things go DreamWorks Pictures and monsters attack.
Oh, let's pull back! What are we gonna do? It's at the front door. Should we go upstairs for now? Hey! Hey! Hey!
And up top we go, where we can save her by summoning out Persona in a family-friendly way, while Yukari
Is it over?
sees this and goes... And thus we have a way to battle, with Akutsuki here explaining the whole deal.
Now, I'd like your undivided attention. For a long time, Kirijo-kun and Sanada-kun were the only Persona users.
And now we get to explore Tartarus, the procedural dungeon where it looks a heck of a lot better than before, with so much use of that dynamic lighting. Like seriously, there's so much vibes here. Not many frames though. Yeah, I don't know why. Here and the mall, it really did struggle on my old computer a bit. Also, whatever was happening here. And so the gameplay is to traverse many floors until you reach a checkpoint and you have to wait for the story progression to continue. Well, you got turn-based gameplay that you probably should know by now if you played a single Persona game before, and they have added so many quality of life changes from Persona 5. Wow, a Persona 5 reference in a Persona 3 video. Who would have thunk it? So you can baton pass, where you do elemental weaknesses to knock down the enemies, and if you knock them all down, your team does an all-out attack, which is now very stylish and deals lots of damage. But if there are multiple enemy types, you can only knock down one, so you can then pass your turn to someone else. And yes, you have full party control now. That was shocking in the old game, you didn't have that. And even a button to find the optimal move if you know the enemy's weakness from before, which makes the game a bit easy. I mean, Persona 3 was one of the harder Persona games, and with all these improvements, it makes it more accessible. But if you're a veteran, I would say normal might be a bit too easy. Luckily, you do got plenty of options to change between them. Plus, in the dungeons, they now added action gameplay.
Oh no, I broke it!
And a lot of treasure chests, where some of them you need these fragments to open, which you find scattered around in the main world. These fragments are super important in that you can also find these clocks that will heal your party to full health with 7 pieces. But this kinda removes a busted feature from the old game, where returning to this entrance would automatically heal you up, meaning you could keep grinding till your party felt tired. However, now they've removed the fatigue system, so it's like you can go as far as your health lets you, but you can't automatically heal up. Plus now, characters will say things in the dungeon, adding so much more personality to them, because in this Tartarus it can feel tiring at times. In the old game there was not much banter, but here...
Oh, what the heck? I thought I saw a shadow, but it's just Junpei.
Oh, Are you saying I look like one?
They also changed things like the shuffle time bonus cards, adding in Arcana cards. There's a lot of these little changes that I was actually very surprised because I thought this would just be a straight up HD port. Because one of the main reasons people hate Persona 3's gameplay is the mindless Tartarus, but in this remake, they couldn't change the whole dungeon because it's very important to the story. So instead, they just revamped everything. Like the visuals changing as you move, every block looking so distinct, a lower camera angle to feel more like an action game. Oh yeah, make sure you spam attack as you can actually do a 2-hit combo, meaning you won't ever swing and miss an enemy now.
Look at it. Running around like a clown.
That went great! Doing pretty well.
Well, which is it, Yukari? You can't all be busy painting our fingernails. So that's the dungeon side, but like all Persona games, you have it balanced with the social aspect where you get to pretend to enjoy high school because it's more enjoyable as you got these weirdos to hang out with.
Yo, what's up?
Oh god, not him again, I take it back! And they made it so seamless to wander around, as with the map you can teleport to any part of the world, which is such a time-saving feature as you want to rush around to meet all the weirdos. Or ET here. They even send you text messages now to let you know they are free, and you can even connect online to see what other people did at the time. Or to cheat in the exams. Yeah, a lot of these things are from the newer Persona games, or you had to mod them in to make the game more playable, and it now just feels more streamlined. Even at night, you got so much more things to do, like study different courses on your laptop or visit another place other than the mall. And you can even work part-time too. Even things like Elizabeth telling you to fetch things, you can see where it is on the map, as well as what social links you are free to talk to. It honestly feels like the most modern Persona game. And backed by the amazing presentation, the new UI, the transitions, the character animation, the way everything feels so smooth. It really feels like this is a step up in terms of presentation over Persona 5. Like they have taken what they learned to improve on the formula, which is great, because it's such a nice way for fans to get into this game. Where before the visuals were either this or this, you have to understand visual novels are really hard for a lot of people to get into. Some gripes though I had where, yeah, okay, some of the remix music ain't too great. I mean, when you have such iconic tracks now sounding like a frog beatboxing. Oh wait, maybe that still fits. Also, it follows the Persona element in a bit too much in that. Come on, Atlas. When I'm in these cutscenes, please let me open up the menu. I just want to change one setting where I can put the auto always on, but I can't till I get to gameplay and open the menu there. Also with the voice acting, because, you know, I like talking about voice acting.
I guess.
Yes, they replaced the main cast from the previous games with new people, and they sound really good. Junpei and Yukari especially, like if I had never heard them before, these voices could be my headcanon ones for them. However, some sound a bit too different, which is then hilarious as you still got the original cast in the game, like the old Akihiko is now the policeman. Like they just shuffle all the voices around. If you have never played Persona 3 before, don't worry, the voices are great. It's just to old fans who have had this stuck in their heads for years, as well as the music, it can be an uphill battle to win them over. But seriously, Yukari and Junpei really knocked it out of the park. But is this the definitive way to play Persona 3? Well, there's no inclusion of the portable content that had its own editions on the PSP, and now the answer is missing at launch, but rumor is it's going to be DLC later down the line. But if you have never played Persona 3, this is probably the most accessible way for you to get into it. If you're an old fan, you might be surprised at how much they actually did change, but they kept the story intact. So I really think it's the great way to experience the most depressing Persona game. But how can it be so sad when you got the Queen here stealing the show?